Right, hello again. Right, so I'm doing a little review on the Hybird. Now, yesterday and today, I had nothing but problems with it. One, it was leaving compound all over the disc. It looked like, if you looked at the centre, there was compound going like that all over, little streaks. It looked like if you was actually watching a shooting star, actually. So I contacted them yesterday, and they rang me up today, but I was sleeping, so I rang them up, and they said, if you can, email us a picture. So I gave my email, because I wasn't actually up at the bed at the time, and I got up, read their email, and they asked me to send a picture of the compound, which I did. I'd done a photo yesterday, and I posted it off to them today, and they told me to turn the screw. There's a little screw in there which you turn when you have problems. So I've been turning that screw left, right and centre for half the morning in hope that I can get this running properly to clean the disc up. Well, it stopped in the compound, but then it wasn't cleaning the disc properly. It was like it wasn't clearing all the scratches, put it that way. So there were still scratches being left on there, and this one I'm going to have to go through again, I think. So these PlayStation and Xbox ones have got like a darker film on it, and it can be very difficult to get the scratches off, because even though like it looks clean, when you start drying off the disc, for like leftover compound, you start scratching the disc up like it has on this one. Now I think these are under Blu-ray, and the normal CDs, like the silverback ones, are normal CDs. Like what I'm trying to say is that the silver ones go under regular, and then like the darker ones, the blue ones, and the black ones go under Blu-ray. So anyway, in contact with the engineer through email, he told me to turn the screw anti-clockwise halfway. So I've done that, and it did stop the streaks, the starry streaks, but then it wasn't actually removing a lot of the scratches. So he told me, right, this ain't no scientific like intelligence, but try turning it round the opposite way. So what I had to do is figure out where it was in the original state, and then turn it clockwise, Well, that started to work a little bit, but not 100%. So, you know, I said to him, look, you know, it's getting rid of most of the scratches now. Like, you know, it's going to, no, not every machine is going to repair every scratch on any disc. Unless you pay anything from like $4,000 up to like $130,000. Which I cannot afford. Fucking hell. What the hell caused that? I wonder if I put a disc on top of a disc again. Yeah, I did. Fuck. Well, Fantastic 4 ain't going to work anymore, I don't think. I've done that twice now. I put a disc on top of a disc. No, it's not turning on. Right, hold on a minute. Right, let's try it. Look at the fucking compound on that one. I've done that twice. I put a disc on top of a disc, and I've got that there's a disc still on there. So anyway, I've been sitting here mucking around, turning the screw left, right, and centre, and it still wasn't removing a lot of scratches. And when it was removing scratches, there's still fine scratches, which I wasn't really kind of like pleased about. And I emailed him again. He goes, "Well, if you need to, you know, send it back, and we'll check it out for you and fix whatever problems it needs fixing." So I thought, okay, I'll email him back, and I said, "Look, I have got a JFJ. If the scratches ain't coming out properly, and it's still like just minor ones, I'll see if I can buff them out with my JFJ." But all of a sudden, the machine's been acting a bit better. It's not in any way leaving too many scratches now. The only compound it's leaving is around the edge on the circle, in a circle, which even the JFJ does that. And I think the Echo Pro does that as well. So, yeah, it seems to be working now. As long as I don't keep screwing it up by putting the disc on top of a disc. The thing is, I've gone through 3 sets of pads right now. And I told him, like, it's gone through 3 sets of pads and then half a bottle of compound. So he says to me, "Well, what?" Yeah, this disc ain't no fucking good now. That's completely fucked. And that was my Fantastic 4 one. So this is what happened to the one earlier. Mind you, that was just Assassin's Creed, shitty game. Just put this one in. Put 2 minutes. So he said to me on an email, he goes, "Well, when you buy, you know, the next set of compounds, let us know, and we're sticking an extra set of pads." To be honest with you, okay, that might sound fair enough to you guys, but to me, I think they should put in 2 pairs of pads and a bottle of compound extra, because I've been having nothing but problems with this machine until the last hour. It's been working okay. Now, I said to him, I know every machine ain't gonna, you know, give you excellent, you know, kind of detail on it discs. You will still probably get like the little micro or minor fine scratches on there. If you're food picker, you can put it in again and hope that it'll clear it again. But every time you're putting it in, it's running down your compound and the pads. So this is my third set of pads, right? I had an error come up earlier saying CP, we need to change pads. But what I did, I let the first ones that I used, when I took them out, I let them dry off. And they seemed to actually give me a bit more use out of them because they were dried off. Now I've even got these two sets up here still. This one, you know, they look pink because they've been used quite a bit. But these two ain't too bad. So I could probably try using those ones again. Now I did order 6 pairs of pads on eBay, which I was hoping would turn up today, but they didn't. I did get some timing chips from one seller, so that's come out a lot better. I've got some timing chips, 500-minute ones, from a seller, because he had the timing chips, the little plastic nozzles, and the little pink plastic tubing, and you get 2 lots of those for £14, £14.95 I think it was. So this one's got a really deep scratch in it, and I don't know that's gonna come out, so I'm gonna run that another 2 minutes. So yeah, you know, I have ordered, as I say, some more timing chips from another seller, 8 of them. They've been sent out recorded, but not the actual tracking recorded, where you can actually go on and track them. When you go on, it says tracking not available until delivered, and that's for the 8 other time chips and the 6 packs of disc pads. The only thing I did get through the post today was a bottle of compound from another seller. I'm hoping that's going to work. And then another bottle of CD anti-static, CD DVD Blu-ray cleaner fluid. And I've got nowhere to put that at the moment. But yeah, it is working kind of now. You know, after ponching around for nearly 2.5 hours, running down the pads, using a lot of compound. I've even emptied the water tray out again today because it does use a lot of water, and like every time I see it like quarter full, I'll take it out and wash it out. I don't use the hot water like they say they do. I just use normal cold water because like when you tip it out, you can see all the compound at the bottom, which has been used, but it's more of a waste. So, yeah, that's still there, that one. That will probably have to go into the JFJ. Right, so these ones, the Xbox, I think are under Blu-ray. Now, when you put Blu-ray on, the lowest time limit is 1 minute. But on regular, you can do the lowest level at 30 seconds. So I was watching a video, and I've had to go back to that video to see the guy, because he's got the same machine. And the dark blue ones and the black ones, he puts under Blu-ray. I'm not sure about the Xbox ones because I don't think I see a video of them doing an Xbox game. No, it's a good machine, I will admit, but like everything, there's always hiccups, there's always issues, there's always problems, and like you got to kind of like not actually physically hit it with a hammer, but you've got to try to keep figuring out and like moving things and changing things around on the machine. Because when he told me to mess around with the screw, first he said anti-clockwise, and after that I'd finished messing around with the compound, he said, "All right, we'll put the screw back to the original position, and then turn it halfway clockwise," which I did. But then that seemed to be leaving even more scratches. So these Xbox ones, it's not washing off the compound properly. Now I know the Xbox 360 one, you might not have to rub all the compound off. That I will try later because I have got an Xbox 360 in here, which I plan to use later. And so I've got my Xbox One now, but I can't remember if that's plugged in or not. I know it's plugged in, but I don't know if the HDMI is plugged in. I think I removed the HDMI. So I was testing some PlayStation 2 games out last night. And if you remember last night, my PlayStation 2 FAT wouldn't turn on. Even though I changed the plug over a few times, it still would not turn on. So I had to go hunting for another PlayStation. Now I ordered see, these are a little bit too big, so I've ordered some smaller ones, hoping that they might be better. These are like 3mm thick, so I've ordered ones which are like 1mm thick and just slightly smaller, because then that will help from leaving all the residue inside the actual disc. So yeah, it's like, looking at it, it looks like it's removed most of the scratches, but it's leaving the compound behind. So what you've got to do is just spray it with anti-static and then try to get that compound off. But the thing is, we've still got a big scratch on there. But you've got to mess around trying to figure out how to get the shitty compound off without causing too many scratches with the fibre cloth. So I did order some more fibre cloths yesterday, but they won't be here till tomorrow. The only thing I ordered were those gear plastic things, which will turn up today. So I need to find more like this, but because this is doing a treat. But there is still a scratch. Where's my camera? Just above the circle, top circle, part of the circle. But like the other guy whose video I'm watching, you can't get a proper screenshot on video because the two reasons. One, the light settings, even though I've got my bright light on. And the other reason being that, you know, CDs are always like, if you look at even a bland one, you know, one with scratches on, and a newly kind of like refreshed CD. The thing being is that you ain't going to see it because, like, you know, don't know you see it there. There is a scratch up there though. See, and if you do like the way I'm doing it, trying to put it on camera, it's very difficult to see it for one. Two, the TV's on. So the TV is reflecting the light onto this, and the mirror is reflecting it back. If I turn the TV off and still showed you, it still might do the same because, you know, you've got light coming in through the window. So that is the hassle of trying to show people the this situation. So when I actually emailed the guy on earlier, telling him about the situation of, like, you know, what's going on with this and scratches, it's very difficult for me to show him the scratches on the disc. Very difficult. So now I think I've got it not down to the T, but it's working, I think, around about 85-90% correctly now. Well, earlier it was like 50-60%. You know, because I was looking for really badly scratched up discs, which I've got plenty of, like that one. Again, you're not going to see it properly. Because of the light. But you can see that. So you've got like a circle around it. So I'm going to try and get that clean. But I've got to go into the other mode. And I'm going to put it on for 2 minutes. So this didn't actually drive the compound just now. Compound's like all splat about. But after you actually give it a rinse with the anti-static spray, which I think is just bloody water, it does clear the compound and makes it a lot more better. I can't even pronounce that. Presentable. See, the thing is, it's got like, looks like little bits of glitter on there now on this one. So like I said to the guy on the email, I said I could probably put it through with JFJ, and like that might clear some of the scratched up as well. But that would keep running up my electric costs. Now, I can't understand the reason why it's not cleaning the discs and removing the residual compound. But it is better. Now, we like to mile out of 100, I'd say around about 85 maybe. So I keep thinking there's like smears, but it's like the reflection of the text coming through the actual disc, which makes you think the disc is still dirty. Right, so that one went through for 2 minutes. There is still a few scratches on there. And it's still got that kind of ring band on it as well. So I'll put it on for another 2 minutes. I think what I'm going to do with those ones, if it's got like a really bad scratch ring band on it, then I'll most likely put it on for 4 minutes. That one, I think I might have to go through JFJ. That one's still got like scratches around the corner, so that'll probably go on JFJ. And that one's still got like bits around the corner as well. But that could be because the disc pads are running low again, and I'm not willing to use another set of pads at the moment because I've already used 3. So until the other pads turn up, which I was hoping they would be today, they never did turn up today. If they turn up tomorrow, then I'll test them out and see what they do. Because you can only get the pads off TDR. You can either buy the actual compound pack, where you get 6 pads, 2 bottles of compound. No, what else do you get? Yeah, 6 of those little rubber black things. Yeah, 1 set of the pink plastic piping thing. Get 1 500ml chip. You get this kind of red thing, which is supposed to stop the compound from leaking, but I could not get it to stay on yesterday whatsoever. Get 6 pairs of buffing pads and 2 compounds. But that's like £67.50.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Be quiet. That's £67.50 for a Hybird concernable pack. Now, if you just buy the pads itself, if I can find it, the pads, 1 pair of pads is £10 per pack. All right. The actual compound, 1 bottle of compound, is £20, which is very expensive. And the thing being with that is that they are out of stock anyway. Now, the thing was that they had them on eBay, all right? The actual pack, consumable pack, which is £67, 50p on here. But on eBay, they was doing them $49.99, saving you £27. So I did email the guy on eBay asking them if they're going to get any more in and he said that they've not had them for a little while, but they hope to get more in, and they've got to keep him on, like more of a saved seller. Then maybe they might do some more later. And if they do, then I'll probably buy a couple of the compound packs on there. Because the thing is, like, you buy a compound pack on here, which is like nearly £70. They had £12 on postage, then another £12 plus on VAT. So you're talking near enough £100 just for one pack of consumables for the Hybird. That's why I'm buying like the compatible compound. See if that works. That was £30. The 2 packets of like chip and the rubber suction thing. Well, it's not suction, it's like just a black thing you stick on there, and it holds the disc down while the machine's spinning around. Then you get 2 of those, 1 pair of those like pink rubber tubing things. And you get 2 sets of those, because you get the 2 500-minute time chips. You get 6 of the black pad things, and then you get 1 set of the pink tubing. Well, actually, you get 2 of each. You get, let's say that again, you get 2 timing chips, 12 of the black weird pad things, and then you get 2 sets of the pink tubes, and that was like £15. Then you can actually get the timer chips of another person separately for £6.99. And I've already ordered 8 of those, but they didn't turn up today, which was a bit annoying. Not that I need them desperately, because like on here it says the chip has been used around about 75% of the time. So I still have possibly about 375, 400 minutes left on that chip. Plus I've got the 2 what came through today. Then I've got the 8 coming hopefully sometime this week. I'm hoping the new compatible pads, which is 6 pairs, will turn up tomorrow. Because the thing is, I ain't going to need more pads. With the amount of discs I've got and the amount of problems I've had with this machine, it is going to cost me an arm and a fucking leg. And people have said that, this machine, the running cost, it's expensive. But over time, it will pay you back in the long run if it's doing a good job on the disc and you're selling the discs for, a fair price. Like, if you was doing Batman, for instance, disc only, it's about £3 or £4, I reckon, with postage on top. But if it was boxed, complete with manual, then you nearly get double your money, depending on like what the cost is at the moment on the games. So I think I've got it down for it to be working a lot better now. I don't think I will need to send it back, because sending it back, like, that would be a day sending it back, a day them getting it, maybe 2 days for them to checking it out and fixing any problems, then another day for them to return it. So that could take any time between 3 and 5 days for it to be returned. That's if they return it within 5 days. And it depends on when they actually receive it, because if it was sent back on Monday, they would have to pay the cost. I wouldn't. They'd have to pay the cost to receive it and ship it back, because it's their fault, their problem, sending out the faulty machine. It's like with a TV, you buy a brand new TV and it ain't working. The seller has to like issue a way of sending it back, like a prepaid postal stamp. They send it back, and then they either fix it and repair it, or they give you another machine or another TV, then send it out again. That's the only reason I don't like buying second-hand stuff, because there's always an issue with them. But you know, the cost, £750. You know, you should be getting a better result at the machine for that cost, even if it's been, because they say it's like fully refurbished by a qualified engineer. Well, it's fully refurbished by a qualified engineer. Why was I having all these problems? Yeah, you are going to get teething issues, fair enough, but no, I don't think this was going to ever stop. But it looks like it's resolved itself now. It's bloody tired me out. I'm not going to do any more work on this machine today. Well, I might do tonight, but not now. I need a rest. I need to make a cup of coffee. I need to pick up my folder of DVDs, game discs. Chuck these 3 games away because they are completely screwed. FIFA 13, fantastic. I wish that wasn't screwed up. That's my stupid fault by leaving it in there and putting another disc on, and the disc spin around and breaking it. So them ones will go in the bin. I'm going to go make a cup of coffee and watch that video again with a guy who's got the same machine and he's running it through, because I'm not sure what discs he was running and what setting he was running. I know like the dark blue and the black PlayStation games, he was running under the Blu-ray setting. And I say you can only run that for like the lowest time is 1 minute, up to 4 minutes. And then the other one, like a normal disc, is like 30 seconds up to 4 minutes. Right, I'm off, and I'll catch you all later. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Subscribing not really done, so please helps me to build up the channel. I'd like to try and get 500 before the end of the month. Said that last month, but it never happened. But yeah, please subscribe. Only takes you a second. Even if you don't come back, you know, still subscribe. If you want to come back and watch other videos, hit the notification bell as well. Leave a nice comment. Leave me some hints and tips. And yeah, I'll catch you all later. I might do some gaming tonight. I don't know yet. Depends. Right, bye for now.